It's more confusing than Inception, harder than an erection. It's cooler than Andre 3000. Oh, let's get ready for Sweet Connection.
Hello and welcome to Sweet Connection. I'm your host, Kat. Jason's just banged his elbow on the desk.
I think you picked that all up. I think you heard the bang and then just really go.
I'll just do it again.
Good
Hello
start.
and welcome to Sweet Connection. I'm your host, Kat. With me today is Jason Lewis. Jason, how are you doing? Not very good. You just smashed your
I'm in
humerus on
pain.
the desk.
I smashed my elbow on the corner of this desk. It's ridiculous.
How many times have we done this show and you've never hit your elbow or anything? Fucking idiot. Anyway, how you doing?
That really hurt.
How are you doing?
Funny bit. I'm alright, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good.
Yeah.
You've shaved your head
I have, yeah. I do look a little bit like a Nazi sympathiser.
again,
Again.
as always.
Yeah, that's pretty much me.
You've got proper short, haven't you?
So does it suit me, do you reckon? Because this is literally grade 0, so
It looks better than when you have a little bit of hair.
it does look better.
You look
Oh,
better
okay.
bald,
Thank you.
like an
Yeah.
egg. I had boiled egg and soldiers for breakfast. Actually,
Did you?
that is the breakfast of champions.
It's a good breakfast. I do love dippy egg. How long do you cook your dippy eggs?
So.
Because there is a right answer, because
Yeah.
I've got Gordon Ramsay's recipe.
Okay. I do it medium eggs for 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
It's 4.5 minutes.
That must be for a large egg, though.
I don't know about large.
It must be a large egg, surely.
I don't know, because I've only used that for my eggs, and my eggs are just normal eggs. They're not like ostrich eggs or fucking anything, are they? So
They're like chicken eggs, though. They do. There's a small.
I know the concept of sized eggs.
That's got to be large. Because I was looking online, and it was like large is like 4 minutes and like 15.
4.5
So-
minutes, he says, which I've done, and it's fantastic, because I used to do it for as little as 2 minutes, and it was just like basically raw inside. I was like, this is awful.
This is alright.
So I was like, I'll do it for 4.5 minutes, and it is fantastic.
It's a great breakfast.
I don't have it for breakfast, I have it in the evening. I might even have some tonight, actually.
I might have some more.
Ooh.
For people listening, it's gone 9 o'clock already. This takes half an hour. Ben will probably having dippy egg and soldiers
In
at 10 o'clock.
An hour's time.
That's sort of cereal time. Do you have cereal at the end of the day?
I used to, but now I've started to have cereal at the start of the day.
Oh,
Crazy.
like you're supposed to.
I'm thinking outside the box here.
What's
the cereal
your-
box, if
What's
you
your
will.
go-to cereal?
Weetabix. I hadn't had Weetabix in ages, and recently we have rediscovered Weetabix. Although it's not actual branded Weetabix, we've gone through all of the cheaper alternatives, and we found like a mid-range one. So not like the sort of Savers, Asda, horseshit crap. We've gone one step up
Yeah,
between
that's the best.
that and branded Weetabix.
That's always the way to go, isn't it?
and it's good. Oh, it's good.
You never want to go for the bargain basement, but you want to go for the in-between. Definitely.
Yeah.
What'd you have with your Weetabix?
It's called like Wheat Bisques or something.
Oh, close.
What?
What'd you have with it?
3 of the biscuits and milk. And that does me. Lovely.
I'm on, talking about off-brand, I get Crunchy Nut, Honey and Peanut, but obviously not Crunchy Nut. I get like Lidl's version of it for 55p a box.
Oh,
That's a winner.
I'm not sure that I trust like value Crunchy Nut.
It's alright, to be fair.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not bad. Lidl's good. I like Lidl.
That's where we shop.
Mm.
I'd happily take sponsorship from Lidl,
Mm.
but
Like one of their brands.
yeah. But anyway,
Snacktastics. Sweet Connection. Sponsored by Snacktastic.
what a Snacktastic.
They're the one that do Lidl's crisps.
Oh,
And all the other sort
I
of...
think that I actually eat their crisps. So
Yeah.
maybe I do. Fair enough.
What a start. I'm hungry.
Anyway, you just used Laura's sweat machine. Let's give that some context for the listeners. So, what is it when you walked into that room?
We spoke about it last week, didn't
Yeah.
we? About on the show. So if you haven't listened, where the fuck were you? I didn't listen. It's some sort of weird, like, oven tray full of water.
No, it's not an oven tray. It's like a first aid kit that you unfold out, and it's got 2 little plastic compartments for water.
Right, well, they were separate, so it looks like
Yeah.
2 oven trays.
Yeah,
Now,
fine.
that's offended you, isn't it?
Oven. They're not metallic. What sort of plastic oven trays are you using?
Oh,
You put them in the oven, they just melt into your chips.
wow, that's how I trigger Ben's anger.
They're not oven.
Right,
Carry
anyway,
on.
so I put my hand in these oven trays, and it's got like this weird sort of mesh on the bottom of it. Put your hands flat, no jewellery. and it's like a thin layer of water, and then you turned it on to level 6, and it just gives your hands pins and needles, which is really weird. And then over time, the electrodes,
maybe,
shoot up your arm, and you get pins and needles in your arms as well. And apparently, it stops my hands from sweating.
Well, yeah, you'd have to do it.
They do feel really dry. Problem is, I've got a cut on the side of my hand. I call it on the door.
Yeah, Laura said not to do it if you had cuts, but
yeah,
I didn't tell you that.
That fucking hurt. What hurt?
Yeah, so if you use that once a day for the next, 2 weeks, it would then stop you from sweating. And then you only have to use it once every 2 weeks to just maintain it.
I just don't think it's right to block the pores in your hands.
That's what I said, but then again, if it's a problem, then you may as well fix it. But I don't agree with
But holding the hand isn't like going down the slip and slide, is it?
What?
Holding her hands aren't that sweaty, are they?
Well, it used to be. It used to be really clammy.
Oh, okay. And I mentioned on the show last week about putting my ballsack in it.
Yes. Have you reconsidered that?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean, look what it's done around where my ring was. It's all sort of red. And
yeah, but I think that's just because of the ring. That's why it's red. Because you took the ring off. That isn't going to make that any red, is it?
It makes my hands feel weird and itchy. I don't like it.
Think how much that would hurt if you had a cut on your ballsack and then you teabagged that. At full, 10 amps.
Should we do it?
No.
Odds on.
Next drunk episode, one of us will do it.
Yeah, but the thing is, are we going to cut the other person's ballsack? Or we got to cut it ourselves?
I think it's fair to say to cut your own ballsack. I'm not cutting your ballsack.
Fine.
Think like a very thin paper cut.
Oh!
Oh, good. Oh. Someone must have paper cut their balls before. It's a mathematical certainty.
Someone has to.
Someone has done it purposely, and someone's done it by accident.
Oh, probably people on Jackass have done it.
And I want to know how they've done it by accident. Whether they've been naked and they've walked near a desk and there's some paper overhanging and just kind of turn, just.
Maybe they were naked and they're trying to wrap themselves up for someone for Christmas and caught them with the wrapping paper.
Yeah, but wrapping paper doesn't give you the cuts, though, does it? It has to be like office A4 paper.
Sorry.
I've tried this, Jason. I know it doesn't give cuts, all right? What's that stuff that's worse than paper cuts? It's like the...
Death?
Like plastic, or what am I thinking of? Like cardboard? There's this material like paper that you could get worse cuts from. I can't remember what it's called.
A knife?
A knife, yes, that's right. A sword. A common office appliance. The sword. I don't even know what I'm thinking of. Maybe I just made that up.
Laminate?
Yeah, laminate. That's what I'm thinking. When you get cut by laminate.
Bloody hell.
You may as well have a fucking sword. Anyway, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to?
That's not a hard question, Jason. That's just an opening question.
I've worked. I've slept. I've ate.
And you've been growing your beard?
Yeah, what do you think?
This is long, isn't it, for you?
I can chew on the bottom of it. Look.
That's disgusting. Please don't do that.
It went as long
How
as
long
it
are you
was
going to get it?
during lockdown. This is too long for me.
Yeah.
And I only got it trimmed at the barber's last week.
Barbers.
So I need to snip that bit off.
Okay.
I saw someone with it, all the way down here and in a ponytail, their beard. And I thought...
Would you do that?
No, I thought I'd rather shoot myself in the ballsack than do that.
It doesn't quite fit the look. If you're wearing a suit or something, it doesn't quite fit it.
I think this is too long for me wearing a suit. So I think you need to trim it a little bit and it will look quite professional.
Has to be like a stylised beard for you to be able to pull it off with a suit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, before I went to the barbers during lockdown, it was all like sort of scraggy up here and all over the place and loads of neck hair. So,
gross.
When are you going to grow a beard?
I can't grow a beard. Or I can do like the chin bit. So I could grow like an evil little goatee, but I can't do the rest of the face. That's fine. But anyway, I went to a pub for the first time since lockdown the other day.
What did you think?
It was weird because they had table service, which I like, but then the table service was quite slow, as is to be expected because it was a really busy bar. It was weird. It was good though. I'm glad I've been there again. I've been to
3 pubs since I've opened.
All right.
Mainly to have food at all of them. But I have had a beer from them, and the beer just tastes so much better, doesn't it?
Yeah, I had a beer and I had a dark fruit. Oh, I do love it. I missed the dark fruit. And I think we're going to go there again next weekend as well, because we're going to have some foodage there. So it's going to be good.
We?
Not me and you, Jason. You're not invited.
Oh.
But no, it's good. I really,
You prick.
I really liked it. So the world is slowly getting back to normal, except if you are listening in America, in which case your cases are still literally escalating at the speed of light. But everywhere else appears to be
right, really, doesn't it?
Everywhere else appears to be going back to normal, there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pubs reopening.
It's just all
gyms reopening.
odd,
so
isn't it?
I'm sure you'll be hitting the gym now that it's been reopened. That was the only thing holding you back, wasn't it?
You're a fucking prick, aren't you? Wow.
What?
I'm out.
Wow. That's the thing that make you walk out.
Me and Jim have a great open relationship, alright?
Yeah.
He is a fun guy, but I'm just not... I don't have much room for him.
Oh. Well.
Wow. He brings it back. It's just all a bit odd still, isn't it? Like, it's just a bit boring now as well.
What is?
Like the whole COVID.
Well, yeah, but it isn't for our entertainment, is it? It doesn't matter if it's boring. I wore a mask for the first time in a shop today.
Yeah, we have to wear a mask in the shop
it's
now,
now...
don't we?
Yeah. Having said that, I walked to the shop with Laura to go in, and then I forgot my mask. I had to walk back to get the mask.
That must have been a few stones throws away.
Exactly.
It's a bit silly now having to wear masks, especially when it was full. Like 2 weeks ago, they announced we'd have to wear masks from yesterday onwards. It's like, it's like giving birth to a 3-month baby. It's like having a 3-month-old baby and then wearing protection. It's like a bit late. Same way.
It's the sort of thing that we should have been doing in March before it came in, because masks, like at worst, they're going to not help, but at best, they're definitely going to help. They've got nothing to lose except for getting like a spotty chin. But actually, I wore a mask in the shop for a grand total of about a minute and a half, and I was like, it's quite hot under here.
Yeah,
but you got to deal with it, innit?
Yeah, if you don't like it, stay at home.
Exactly.
Control the virus, save lives.
Yeah.
It's just all a bit boring now, isn't it? Like I miss EastEnders quite a lot.
I suppose that's the real casualty of the virus is the soap operas that you can't watch anymore.
Yeah, exactly. There's only so much Sweet Connection you can't listen to. I don't know. There's only. I think actually we're going in the right direction. Everyone's starting to realise that Boris Johnson is a racist cunt. So
allegedly.
Our local MP is in the news again.
Oh, fucking hell.
Good old Teresa Coffey.
Christ.
She's voted against... No, she's voted in favour for putting NHS up, basically, to do trade deals.
No, did you see that thing she had with the footballer Marcus Rashford? You must have seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, why don't you explain that to the
Well, I'm going to have to get it up now, because fuck me, that was like 2 weeks ago.
So Marcus Rashford is a Premier League footballer who plays for Manchester United. I got it right, that's good. And he is doing some campaign about child poverty or trying to help children in poverty. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, so basically free school meals for kids that can't afford it.
Yeah, and he posted something and then Teresa Coffey retweeted it but was like really sarcastic about it or something, wasn't she?
She was like, like the Tories have always supported this or something. And then like
No, it was something about the water being switched off.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
And she said, well, water can't legally be switched off. Of course, not forgetting that that's true. However, they can switch your heat water off so that you just have cold water. Therefore,
that's it. So it was like some houses don't have running water. And she was like, well, it's illegal to cut off water.
It was something like that. But either way.
Basically, she tried to put him down for him doing an amazing thing. When all she's done has been such a fucking bell piece.
It was just a real sarcastic response to a man trying to stop child poverty. Like, how out of touch is she?
The Conservatives changed the definition of poverty, didn't they?
Oh, what? So that there is less official poverty if they move the bar up.
Yeah, exactly.
Or low or whatever.
But Teresa Coffey's sort of former, previous voting in favour. She's voted in favour to bring back fox hunting. Mm-hmm. She's voted in favour of, they said, doing trade deals, including the NHS. Anything bad. She's voted against pay rises for nurses and doctors. There's loads of pictures of her saying stronger in Europe, all this sort of stuff. And now she's a massive, or in the lead up, she changed her alliance, all this sort of stuff. She's just a massive bell piece. And Teresa Coffey can go fuck herself.
Sweet connection telling you to go and fuck yourself.
The problem is
That's
Suffolk
fair.
Coastal, which is where we are.
Yeah.
That is a broad area. So
I
no one
know.
can pin us down
Just don't
to
shout out my fucking address. I won't have to bleep it out like I did last time.
The problem is Suffolk Coastal always has and always will be a very conservative area because we're full of old, boring people. The problem is she'll always be Suffolk Coastal's MP until someone from Conservatives challenges her as well. But I don't think they can do stuff like that. The Labour guy was very close in the last election, but he wasn't.
They're never close.
Well, it was closer than ever before.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean. I think that this area has only ever had
Conservatives since it was like formed in like
1605 or something.
Something
I don't
ridiculous.
think it was close with Labour. It was. There
was about a 30% difference.
Okay, now that may be the closest it's ever been, as you say. Doesn't mean it's close though, does it?
No.
What's the point though? I mean, that's the thing that does put me off voting in this area, is that it doesn't matter who I vote for, it's never going to beat them. But then again, I suppose that you shouldn't not do it. Otherwise, if everyone thought that, then... But realistically,
I think the only way forward to get her out is to vote for if there was another Conservative candidate.
No, that's not how it works. You have one candidate from each party.
Well, maybe we'll just have to wait until she dies.
Or she has a little accident.
Or retires.
Apparently. Allegedly.
But she pisses herself on the regular anyway.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I started doing rugby training for the first time in a few weeks.
On your own?
No, with the rugby club.
With the boys?
With the boys, because I hadn't played rugby in months. And the final drill we were doing is where you basically... Someone would kick the ball like really, really high in the air and you had to catch it.
Yeah.
Which...
You can't catch for shit.
I can. I'm very good at catching. I just can't throw for shit.
Okay.
So I'm good at catching. And he kicked it and I was like, fuck, that's high. That's higher than any like football would go in a football match. Because usually when you kick a football, it's length, not up. He kicked it up. And you know like when the ball starts to spin, which is the problem when it's an egg-shaped ball. And those balls are fucking tough, as hard as nails. And I was like, sitting there, I was like, fuck. So I went up, I caught it, and then slipped out. It went like over my head, and I jumped backwards to try and catch it. And I basically like landed on my neck, but I caught the ball.
Wow.
Nearly breaking my neck. Yeah, but I still caught the ball, didn't I? It doesn't matter that I fractured my vertebra.
Here's a question for you. You said that rugby was shaped like an egg. As soon as you said that, this popped into my head.
Yeah.
If there was an egg the size of a rugby ball, how long do you reckon you have to boil that for egg and soldiers?
Oh, that's such a good question. There must be a definitive answer for this.
I reckon it's got to be about 20 minutes.
Because I reckon how big is an ostrich egg?
Fucking big. Right, let's Google it.
Well, let's do it now, shall we? It's fine, I've got it here. So, ostrich egg. Boil an ostrich egg. All right. Well, you can softly cook an ostrich egg by boiling it for 45 minutes.
Wow.
So, working upwards of a rugby ball, you're talking hours.
Well, yeah, because an ostrich egg is about half the size of a rugby ball.
No, it's not. What are you on about? Listen,
hold on. Size comparison.
But here's the thing, though. There was definitely probably eggs in the past of comparable sizes to a rugby ball. Got to think about dinosaur eggs, which are like football sized. So there probably has been an egg.
Yeah.
Approximately the same. Anyway, why are we even talking about this?
Ostrich egg is 15 centimetres long, and yet it's only half the size of a rugby ball. So what egg would work? Well, the ostrich egg at 50 centimetres long is the largest bird's egg on the planet, and yet it's only half the size of a rugby ball.
What have you Googled to get that?
Size comparison of a rugby ball to an ostrich egg.
All right, fine.
And that came up. So if an ostrich egg is soft-boiled at 40 minutes...
that's 15 centimetres. A rugby ball... Yeah, okay, right. Yeah. You're probably right.
Yeah, I probably am right looking at Google. So it would take 80 minutes to get a soft-boiled rugby ball-sized egg.
No, it'd take longer than that.
Well, you said...
I said 45 minutes for a soft-boiled ostrich egg.
I've completely lost track of thought.
Why are we even talking about
I fucking loved it.
Who is still listening to this and still interested by this conversation? Because I'm having the conversation, I'm not even interested by it.
Well, that's normally as good as one of your stories.
Exactly. Well, I went, I have still been kayaking the past few weeks. Last week went out there. Seas were nice and smooth and calm. It was lovely. Went there yesterday. Seas were a bit choppier. Not as choppy as the first time I did it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll get, because it didn't look too choppy from the beach. I was like, yeah, you can see a bit, but it was not too bad. Of course, when you're actually out there, in there, you think, the waves are...
Fucked it here.
Yeah. I mean, like, because I did have a bit of a fail. I was about waist deep in the water, and I went to jump in the kayak, as you do, and I did, and I was on my hands and knees waiting to, like, readjust, and then a wave hit me, and I literally went arse over tit. And Laura missed it. Laura was walking away to walk up and down the prom, and she saw me when I jumped in the kayak. She then turned around, heard a big splash, looked back, and the kayak was flipped over, and I was underneath the water. Before they're, like, sort of popping out, like spluttering. Yeah. So I got in the kayak eventually, and yeah, the wet is... I mean, it wasn't as bad as the first time, but I was only in there for 5 minutes. I was like, I'm not enjoying this, because I'm just being absolutely battered. I mean, I was being hit, like, head on by the waves, side on. I then, like, turned around to get back to shore. I was basically surfing the waves, which is a fucking strange feeling when you're in a giant kayak. And I was like, this is strange. So I think maybe I'll wait till it's a little bit calmer. It's our wedding soon, mine and Laura's. She had a dress fitting the other day.
Okay. Again.
And yeah, again, because she had to have it adjusted. I'm guessing it's not a good sign that she fainted during the fitting, because she was in this room.
What?
She had to wear a mask.
Right.
So it's hot. She's in her wedding dress. She's in like an unair conditioned small room.
Oh god.
And she had to stand in like high heels for like half an hour. And she's a bit prone to fainting anyway. And apparently, she was just like, yeah. 1 second I was standing up, and the next second I was like on the floor next to her coffee table. Apparently she was like an inch or so away from just smashing her head on the corner of the coffee table. I don't think that's a very good omen that she's fainting.
No, I mean, it's
going to be quite hot in Slovenia, I would imagine. So if you see on the news like bride falls off the edge of castle in Slovenia, you know it's us.
Husband pushes bride. What you said she's prone to fainting. What's some of the weirdest scenarios where she's fainted? Do you know? She's
never fainted like with me. The last time she fainted was when she gave blood. It's more to do with things where she's given blood, or when she gets in a really hot room, or it's hot and bothered and stuff. But no, not.
Have you ever fainted?
No,
me neither.
I'm not weak. I'm not pathetic.
Say that to Laura's face.
She'll love that.
Does she still listen?
Yeah, she still listens.
Fucking hell, she's keen.
All I know is that when she's listening to this in the future, that's the moment she's going to come storming into the room where I am.
Yeah.
This right now, as we're talking, is when she's giving me a bollocking.
That's what you like about her now. That's why she's not listening.
She's not listening, yeah. Fuck you, Laura. I never liked it. I'm joking.
She just walks back into the room and she hears that. Yeah. Or she's slapping you silly. She's just in the background, I've never liked you.
She's just left, and then she hears that, and she goes straight back in. Just like,
now try again.
Oh, God. Please leave the room, Laura. Thank you. That's good. But I realised that the past couple of episodes, we didn't do a segment, did we?
No, we haven't.
Well, I've got a segment for you. We're going to do Katter's Comment Corner.
90 degrees, that's a corner. A type of settee, that's a corner. Prep your enemy, that's a corner. Katter's Comment Corner. That's the real corner.
Because we have actually got specific comments about the show and some reviews.
No.
Yeah, we've got some reviews, yeah.
What?
So, first of all, we got a comment on our YouTube video that we did. Do you remember the video that we did about would you rather fight Eddie Hall or Brock Lesnar?
Yes.
Well, that's a lie, because it wasn't actually you on the show who was doing that with.
Wow.
But anyway, I was on the show with it, and it is a Sweet Connection show. But
does it count if I'm not there, though?
It doesn't count.
Basically, I'm like the glue and the two pieces of paper.
It was a video we did. Would you rather fight the strongman Eddie Hall or the wrestler / cage fighter Brock Lesnar?
I actually did listen to this, so I know what you want to talk about. Yeah,
good, wasn't it? And we got a very long comment by GL Bart 362, and he says, "I'd rather fight Eddie Hall because I don't think Eddie Hall knows how to fight. He might be big, but my dad's been in the gym for 30 years, and he's big too, but ain't as big as Eddie. But my dad knows every technique of wrestling, so he'd kick Eddie's ass, and my dad doesn't take steroids. I don't know about Eddie." By the way, there's no punctuation in any of this. It's just a little insight to his life there.
Is he like 4 years old? My dad's bigger than yours.
Essentially, it's that. That was right. I did actually get quite a nice little review there about our last episode.
Oh, yes.
This is from Carlyle. Really enjoyed episode 65. Was really good to hear two white guys being sensible and empathetic instead of defensive and feeling the need to play devil's advocate. And it wasn't a downer despite that. That was the one where we talked about Black Lives Matter.
Oh, right, okay.
And stuff.
So he's praising us on having what should be a normal opinion. That shows how fucked up the world is.
I didn't think about that, but
We'll take it.
we'll take it.
We'll take it, but how about if everyone took a leaf out of our book and was just a kind and common-sensed human being?
If you don't know a lot about the topic, just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
And just know the difference between right and wrong.
That's good.
But-
And we've also got a new review on iTunes as well from an M. Wattam. The subject line is proper funny. Never know what they'll chat about next.
Neither do we.
Brilliant. Cool. Well, we're probably going to end the show there. So I'd just say thank you for everyone who's listening.
I don't.
Our most recent episode
Go on.
is doing very well. It's currently our most listened to episode. It's currently got over 26,000 downloads.
That's mad.
Smashing our previous record, which was 20,000.
And 20,000 was only like 2 episodes ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
We're just getting better. This is our time.
We're getting better and better, aren't we?
This episode is going to hit 30,000. The episode after is going to get 12,000 because you said something racist in that episode. Then we'll get a brand deal. Then we'll get some money. Then we can sack this show off and spend the money. That's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll make so much money we can hire other people to do the show for us.
Yeah.
And we'll just...
Let's sell out immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah. If any evil corporation like Apple or Trump wants to buy us...
Or
I'll accept the check. I'll accept the royalty check.
Okay, where the money comes from, just give it to us.
Money talks.
What's that app that they always get shit promoters to promote?
There's loads of
it's
apps.
like one of these,
Wish.
or something, or like these shit games where you have to play it for 12 hours.
Oh, it's like fucking...
Like Candy Crush, but like farm version. Farmville.
Farmville is like a 14-year-old Facebook game.
Yeah. But anything like that.
It's all like war games. It's like Clash of Clans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like
they
Shadow Raid Legends or
that's
something
the
like
one.
that.
That's one that all the shit ones get. Shadow Raid
Legends.
Yeah. We'll send out to them immediately.
And they're our sponsor this week.
When we get a sponsor, and they're going to be like, right, guys, it's great. This episode is sponsored by, and we're just going to slag that company off for like 2 minutes, aren't we?
Probably.
But don't matter, we get paid.
Exactly. Anyway, on that note, we're going to say thank you everyone for listening.
Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor us.
We have mouths to feed. Ben has a wedding to pay for.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, still stay safe. Do whatever is legal in your country whilst remaining safe.
Especially drugs.
In regards to the corona pandemic. Like I say, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Go away.
So, Jason, where can you get more Sweet Connection in your life?
Well, Ben, we are on Facebook at Sweet Connection Podcast, and we're also on Twitter at SweetC_podcast. So you can give us a like or a follow.
And you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean. So if you enjoyed the show, you can give us a rating or a review or recommend to a friend.
And if you wanted to email in a topic or a question or just say hi, it's thesweetconnection@outlook.com.
And if you like this show, you should definitely check out all the other amazing podcasts on the No Please Don't Network. Visit www.nopleasedon'tpodcast.com. Massive thanks to CIPP and Carlyle Laurent for all of our jingles. Thank you for listening and catch you next time.
Sweet connection.